So now that I just mentioned it, controlled unclassified information and federal contract information, why do we care? Why does a defense industrial base provider really care about those things, and how does that play into all of this?
Yeah, so let's start with the FCI piece of this.
Yeah.
FCI, federal contract information, first of all, should be indicated on any contract that it has FCI, although any contract from the DoD likely has federal contract information because it's information about that federal contract.
Great.
And that the protection of that is CMMC level 1 required. So there's 17 controls in that step required to make sure that you're handling that information in a reasonable fashion. Far less onerous than if you have controlled unclassified information, which would then require you to be in level 2 compliance. So
Much bigger deal.
And it is a bigger deal because the information that's in those contracts now talks about actual workings and intellectual property and process of something that is being produced, like your example of the Sikorsky helicopter, which you really don't want in the hands of someone who might be in a war against a Sikorsky helicopter, right? So that type of information is really the crux of the whole CMMC program, and trying to make sure that that's what gets protected. One of the keys of the new CMMC rule is that all contracts have to be marked with what type of information is in that contract, because prior to CMMC, when it was the NIST 800-171, everybody had the same level of protections necessary. Didn't matter if you had FCI, CUI, didn't make any difference how big you were, where you were, whatever.
We all played in the same pool. And
right, but now there's levels, and because there's levels, you really need to know, am I protecting CUI, am I protecting FCI? There's different standards for that, and if you're going to be held accountable for doing it, you need to be made aware that you have it. So that is one of the key components, I believe, in the CMMC rule, is that all of those contracts need to be marked with what type of information's in there, so you know how to properly control it.
I think that's really important to know, because that takes all the ambiguity out of it. What level do I need? What am I really protecting? Which category does this fall under? What am I supposed to be doing? And that's I think that's what's been a real problem for people that play in this space, in the defense industrial base. They don't know what they don't know, and they're not being told how to protect items. There's been guesses, hope we're doing it right, but there's been no de facto, yes, this is CUI contained information, you need to protect it in such a manner.